Alright, welcome back. I ran out of memory. Yeah, the videos have been getting longer and longer because we've been doing a lot more talking because I've been devoting more energy into trying to produce YouTube content. I do appreciate those of you who are letting the ads run through because they are helping to finance everything. You don't have to watch all the ads. You can skip them if they're not applicable to you, but I've noticed since I said that, a bunch of people must be skipping them because YouTube ad revenue has dropped by about 20 or 30%. Yeah, that hurts. I've been cutting down the number of ads also because viewers have complained saying, you know, I've been putting too many ads on the videos, even though honestly the videos are now no longer 3-minute, 2-minute, 1-minute, 5-minute videos. They're actually more in the 20 to 30-minute range, which means they're longer videos. So maybe the option is to run shorter videos if people just like little snippets and don't want really detailed information, and then occasionally run the longer videos. But if I run more ads, it turns people off, even though really lengthwise it's the same number of videos in the same time period. It's just a longer video. So let me know your thoughts on that. But anyhow, I was talking about RVs and insurance and classification and stuff. It's always best to check with the source. I'm contemplating, you know, because we've been trying to raise money through the GoFundMe. It's kind of stagnated at about $800 or so earned, $850 that have been earned through the GoFundMe to try to get me into a new home, basically, whether it's another vehicle, RV, or maybe even something else. The issue is that we've only been able to raise right now, and some people have actually, because they had like PayPal, paid me through PayPal with, you know, direct money transfer from PayPal from a friend to a friend, which is the best way because then there's no service fee, because typically these companies take like 10-15% of the money. Yeah, just for the luxury of them giving you money that somebody gave you, they take like 10 or 15%, maybe 7%, I don't know, off the top. But if you send it on PayPal, not as a credit card or anything, but like you have a PayPal account and you have money in there and you transfer it from there, I get 100% of it. Thank you, Tom, and the others who have sent money that way. It is appreciated. There's been a whole bunch of people who have been sending some money via PayPal. But all told, right now we have about $1,000 that has been raised, maybe $1,050 or something like that, which I have put into reserve. So it's in my reserve fund for emergencies. But I'm also using it to look for another vehicle potentially. But then, you know, there's always the catch of, if I get another vehicle, then I got two vehicles. One, I'll probably have to get rid of one. You know, because insurance gets expensive, insuring two vehicles. Then the other thing is, what kind of vehicle do you get? If I get, honestly, I like minivans. You know, I've lived in a minivan now for 3 years. After weighing all the pros and cons and stuff, I kind of settled that if I get another vehicle to convert, it'll probably be a minivan, because I can drive it like a regular van, get an average of about 15-16 miles per gallon to 20 miles per gallon on it, which isn't the best, but it's certainly better than a larger van. If I get a full-size van, I get more space, but I might be down to 12 miles per gallon, 12 to 14 miles per gallon, which is not the best, but doable unless you're driving long distances. Then the other option is to get a full-blown RV, which means really low gas mileage, anywhere from 6 to 12 miles per gallon, roughly, for like a Class C, maybe even a Class B. So if I did that, I could basically live in it, though. If I, you know, I'm contemplating getting a Class C RV for the fact that a Class C is cheaper than a Class B typically to buy, even though they may be more prone to problems. A lot of people say they have all sorts of leak problems and in their money pit. I had a Class C that I bought for about $2,500, and it had a leak that it was patched. You know, the leak was repaired by the person who I bought it off, and it ran and was okay. And you know, had I known then what I know now, I would have kept it. It was a good vehicle. It was like I think it was a 79 or it was a 79 or an 89. It might have been an 89 Leprechaun Class C RV. So you can hear that transmission sometimes is having a hard time shifting. So that may be the next thing to go in blue, which might be the death blow, you know. There's just a lot of issues with having an older vehicle. But anyhow, back to the idea of insurance and converting the van. I'm contemplating giving a call to my insurance provider and asking them, you know, what the requirements are. If I have this van or another van and I want to convert it into an RV for living in and traveling, what does it entail to make it an RV, and will they be willing to insure it, and how much is insurance? Now, I've already done a little bit of research, and some people have told me I think all you really need to have is running water. So if you have water in the vehicle that runs, I guess you have a sink with a pump or something. I don't know if they consider gravity feed or hand pump. I guess even a hand pump would do. Possibly cooking, the ability to cook, which means either gas stove or even the electric cooking system. You pretty much have an RV. I don't know. That's what I've heard from people and I've read somewhere, but the only sure way to really know is to call your insurance company. So it may be one of the projects I'm going to have for this week, and I'll do an episode on it when I call them and ask them what they say, find out what they say, because I'm contemplating for future videos turning a van or something, truck, van or something, into an RV. They could even be Little Blue, you know. Maybe Little Blue will get modified to the point where she becomes a full-blown RV, and I insure her as an RV. That to me would be really an amazing thing, because insurance, I think, drops. You know, when I had an RV last time, insurance was ridiculous. It was like $12 a month or something. But that was years ago. So if I convert Little Blue to an RV and they tell me the insurance is low, it's a win-win. The only issue will be gas mileage will drop. What I'm contemplating doing on converting is actually modifying Blue completely. I'm debating whether or not to just put a high top roof on her, probably a custom roof somehow. Thinking of getting a truck topper, you know, those camper toppers, and somehow modifying it to fit on top of my van and making a front end to it. Kind of inspired by Mad Max, who, you know what, I think I'm gonna head out there to try to visit him today if he's home, to finish our interview, and then take a look at his van and maybe even talk to him about hiring him to do conversions. If he does it, I might be willing to pay him, because he, you know, his conversion, I know a lot of people think is ugly. For me, it is like cool. You know, Mad Max's van was amazing. So I might contemplate converting Little Blue similar to Mad Max's van, like totally taking it to the next level, like out there. So the choices for me are potentially to modify a camper top, you know, take a camper top, bolt it or weld it or whatever onto Little Blue's roof, and make her like a 2-story RV. What I was going to do is, you know, I don't want to just get a high top so that you can stand in the back. To me, that's silly, especially on such a little van. What I was thinking of doing is making a sleeping bunk. So Little Blue 2, and you're like, well, Little Blue 2 would have an upstairs bedroom that you could sleep in. It's meant just for 2 grown-ups to sleep in upstairs. So it'll be a full-blown sleeping bunk. And then the bottom part, I will convert into a full-time passenger carrying and living room and kitchen. So it'll have a kitchen and living room on the bottom, on the inside, and then on the top it'll have a bunk. And there might even a little portable emergency bathroom on the bottom. I don't know if I can fit it all in there, but right now all that's back there is the bed. And you know, we've seen it converted from bed to office, so that's possible. But the idea would be to convert it from office to bathroom, or have a bathroom and office somehow custom built. And then also have an upper deck that has a bedroom, so you can sleep anytime, you know, and some storage. So that is the plan. I know blue would look really ugly potentially unless I do it right. Somehow try to make it so it looks natural. I don't know how natural you can make a minivan with a high top that has enough room for a bunk, but I'd measure, and I would say that the upper deck would have to be at least 2.5 to 3 feet tall. You know, it has to be at least as tall as the current bunk, but I would want it slightly bigger so I could sit all the way up without hitting my head. So that might even be a completely custom build versus a camper top. So I don't know, it just depends on what's available and whether or not I can actually do it. I don't think I have the skills myself to do it, but I think I know somebody, and that somebody is Mad Max. So I'm gonna try to call Mad Max and see if he's home, and if he is, I'm gonna go pay him a visit and maybe do a full-blown tour with Max talking about his van and getting a tour on it. And then I might try to ask him if he would be willing to do another modification, you know, on my van if I decide to proceed with it, because I think that would be really cool to convert Little Blue to. I know some of you are like, you should do it on another van because Little Blue 2 is on her last leg, and you're absolutely correct. But with the money that we've raised so far, which is only $1,000, I'm going to say only, $1,000 is a lot of money, but $1,000 to buy another vehicle is nothing. You know, Blue is about $1,000 vehicle, and you can see she had all these miles and all these issues. Not working AC and everything, even though it's been fixed. But see, this RV that I see right here, this Sprint RV, that is an ideal size to me. It's probably a 22 footer, maybe 23 footer. Nice and small. If I found an RV like that for sale within my price range, show it right here. If I found an RV like this within my price range, affordable, this is what I would want to live in. It's nice and small, and I think for 1 or 2 people, it may be more than adequate, you know. But notice he's parked under the shade. That's how you take advantage of not being too hot, you know, in the Florida heat. I am not going to park here. I'm just parked here so we could take a look at it. But that to me is a perfect size RV. It's essentially slightly longer than an extended van, about the size of an extended van, but it has an RV on top. So that would be really nice. Now, I have not seen an RV like that available, or at least available for cheap. Notice how they did the front roof. It just goes right up. I think maybe I'll take pictures or something for reference. See how they did it. I wonder if we could make Little Blue like that RV, but it would be too small, I think. Yeah, see, they extend the body out. The body extends out, and the top actually lines up. I'm going to take a picture of it. I'm going to go and take a look and take a picture. I am not going to be parking out under a tree. I will actually be in the sun, but that's okay. We're not going to stay here too long. Although I think I may come here and I may try to do my battery change out here instead of beachside. Yeah, I think I'll try to do that. This is probably a good spot. Nobody will bother me, I hope. It's pretty quiet. So we'll try to do the battery change out here. I am going to go try to get a quick shot of the RV, some pictures, because I want to get some ideas and use it as inspirations for modding Little Blue 2. Even though Little Blue 2 is pretty tiny and would be a lot shorter. My own modifications would be not like that, but I want to see how they do the roof line, because I think it looked pretty nice. So let's go do that.